If you love American music, you're going to love this. Welcome to American Music Backstage, the podcast that takes you where fans rarely get to go, behind the curtain. I'm your host, Kenneth Witt, and I sit down with fans, musicians, artists from across the country to talk about life on the road, the stories behind the songs, and what really happens backstage before the show. From rising stars to seasoned performers, you'll hear the journeys, the struggles, and the moments that made the music. American Music Backstage with me, Kenneth Witt, available wherever you get your podcast. Hey everybody, it's Kenneth Witt with American Music Backstage podcast, coming to you from Fort McCavitt, Texas, here at the ranch. I have to watch myself. I'm used to doing my Gundog Nation podcast. I have to make sure I don't say that. But anyway, man, it's a real honor for me. There's a group of boys and a lady that I'm awful proud of. And most of those boys are from my hometown. And known a couple of them a long time. I've known the other one's families a long time. But these boys have, I've been predicting it a long time, that you would hear these people on the radio and that they would be famous. And Tanner's dad can tell you that, Ashton. And he can ask him when you see him what I've been saying.
Yeah.
And now it's all come true. But I'm going to shut up talking here a minute because I'm going to let him introduce himself. But I have a member of the Creekers on here tonight from my hometown in Hyden, Kentucky. Of course, I was down on the north side of the county. He lived over on Jacks Creek, and we ain't too far apart. But anyway, Ashton, tell everybody who you are and where you live.
Hey, this is Jagger Bowling from Jacks Creek, Kentucky. I'm a bass player for the Creekers. And that's me.
Is your internet pretty good, Jagger?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, should be. Shouldn't be too bad.
You know, mine might be weak. Daggone. Yeah, okay. All right, hopefully we'll be all right. Sorry about that. So I'm on a ranch, Jagger, with Starlink, and it's sometimes it's...
buddy, that's what I've got, Starlink too. Now, mine seems to work pretty well, but...
It does, and it seems like in the evening it gets a little weaker. But anyway, okay, let's get started. Jagger, you boys grew up like all of us like a lot of us in Lacey County,
right,
around music, more particular, especially bluegrass. You lived over on the creek with a man that's passed away now that was a legend to me and a mentor, Mr. Lice Collett.
Yes, sir. That's one thing I have to say. That definitely got me started in the music. If it wasn't for people like Lice and Fred Collett, and it probably would have never been where we are today.
You know, and Jagger, it's like when I think of him, I always picture him smiling all the time.
Oh yeah. I never seen Lice in a bad mood now.
No. And what was so nice, if you ever sat down and played with him, he was so humble and he always wanted you to show off.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he didn't want to show off,
No.
Just a super nice man. Oh, my gosh. He's probably inspired lots more than me and you. My brothers was around too. Yeah.
Growing up, it was so fun. We would travel around to these local DAVs and firehouse jams and stuff, and the banjo player, Scott's wife, Deb's dad, Vernon was around a lot of them places, man. We played a lot of music growing up.
Yes.
And it's sad to see that, those little places are gone now.
Yeah, it was when I first got out of school and moved back home, that's when I was real heavy into playing. Right. And Carl Collett had a vacant house next door.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd go over there and play every single Sunday.
Yeah.
And he probably was, without a doubt, the biggest bluegrass fan of anyone I ever met.
Right, yeah. Oh, he enjoyed it. He loved it.
He had a big RCA video recorder. Videoed his daughter. I mentioned it to him one time after he passed away. It's untelling the library he has.
Yeah.
But I hope they get straight.
you knew Fred Collett well too, didn't you, Kenneth?
Yes, yes, sir.
Fred's daughter Jan, she has a lot of those old videos, man. I remember going up to Fred's and watching them some growing up. She's got a lot of them. Them
Well, I
old
hope
videos.
somebody saves those and digitizes them
Oh yeah,
because
I mean that stuff. There'll never be anything like that.
no, because he'd go to festivals and record the whole
Hmm.
thing. You know, but man, he couldn't play a note, but
Oh yeah,
absolutely was the biggest fan
he
I ever
just
saw.
enjoyed it, didn't he?
But you know, obviously you boys had a heavy influence of that growing up, and
Right.
uh, I know your brother's there with you today, and I want to talk to him so much bad about what he plays. Right?
Right. Yeah.
It's not what we're used to seeing, and me and my brother both, you know, when we first saw, it, I was like, "What in the world?" And then
Right.
we realized, man, this is it. That's the factor. You guys copy no one, and I
I'll be
love it.
honest. We all grew up playing pretty traditional, and that's hindered us a lot. As far as when we started playing bigger venues and bigger shows, as far as like electronics and the sound stuff, we're not the smartest in that. I guess you could say. And
Yeah.
once you're used to playing old classic, straight up acoustic bluegrass, that throws a wrench in things. But once once we started playing with the cajon, I can't play without it. It's a different driving beat. I
Did
like it.
when did you? Now you're a little older than Ashton, right?
Yeah, yeah. Two
When,
years.
2 years. When
Yeah.
did you all start playing? How old were you?
So we went to a private school. It's actually in Clay County, Redbird Christian School, and that's where we both graduated from. And we Ashton was in the band all through high school and elementary school. I was in the band some and done choir, and we had a really good music teacher, Mark Smallwood. And I guess it started from there, when we was kids, and he started playing drums and percussion and stuff. But we, me and Alan, started playing some together, and that kind of got us started and formed the Creekers eventually. But me and Tanner we always ran around the same circle, but we never really knew each other real personal.
Yeah.
I'd seen him at a lot of jams and places, but never really knew him personally until we started playing as the Creekers.
Was the Creekers Jagger? Was the Creekers your first band? Like,
No, my first ever actual band. Me and Lashy and Scott played banjo, and Gary and DJ Begley, and then Cornbread played the mandolin, and it was called Kentucky Salt Creek. That was my first ever band. I was probably 12, 11, 12, 13, something through there. We've actually
boy,
got we got two albums that we recorded during that. We was at the Osmond Brothers Festival this past year, and Gary's wife DJ gave me both of those albums. I had them, but I lost them, and I was listening to them. That was wild. I can't remember where we done that at either. It was in somebody's bedroom, like way deep in Letcher County, but I can't remember that guy's name. I was young.
man, I ain't seen Gary and them in a long time.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep, yep. That was my
You know,
first ever band. We played a lot of these places, man. Little festivals and stuff.
I didn't know that, buddy.
Yep.
Which I have a long, long history with Johnny Browning, and
Oh yeah.
man, I was a fan of his before he ever
Oh yeah.
joined with us. He was a show man. He was a one man
Hmm.
show. But and
And
his
I'll
brother,
tell you too,
yeah,
when they was kids, man, watching, and Deb's got some old videos of it. Hey, Johnny was a show man. Now he was, and a good
I
singer too.
I watched him, and it's funny when I first, I'd seen him play when he was a
Right.
kid traveling, but I was going to law school up in Northern Kentucky, and he lived there. That's where they grew up.
Really.
Yeah, so he was from Northern Kentucky. He went to high school, and up around Covington there.
Right.
So they had played somewhere, and I went to go watch them. Which I was in law school with Johnny Lewis, who, in my opinion,
Okay.
is the best
Yeah.
banjo player on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went to watch them play over in Cincinnati. Anyway, man, what a show! I mean, Joey could kill a banjo, and they was in
Yeah.
high school, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I became friends with him, got to know him there. And then we'd all would go to Spigma. Me and Johnny Lewis went to Spigma
Right.
for years together. And I started hanging with him. Then I had formed a band when I got out of law school called North Fork.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's how I knew all them guys. And through Johnny, that's how I know Scott and Vernon
Yeah.
Couch, you know.
No,
Small.
like, so this past, well, it's not been just a couple weeks ago, a month ago. So that was actually my first time ever being at Spigma. You know, Tanner, I think, had been a couple times, but I forget the year. But Deb and them played, played their showcase or whatever, and they was real high ranked. And
Yeah.
for that year, I forget the year. It was several years ago. They was young, but
It's
that was pretty cool. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, what'd you think about that? Is it still at the
That,
Embassy Suites downtown now,
yeah,
or at
yeah.
the airport?
Yeah, so when we went, it was during the ice storm, so there wasn't as many people as there normally would be, I guess. And which the guy that's producing our album, uh, he was there with us, Steve Wilson, and we was walking around, and it was just me and him. And the first room we walked into, there was Michael Cleveland. And my little girl loves Michael Cleveland. And we've took her to a couple shows, and she's met him. So when they got done playing, I walked over and spoke to him. But I mean, all the greats was there. Billy Strings, Zach Top, they was all walking around. That was
Man,
pretty cool.
that is. I went for 16 years straight, man. That's probably been 16 years since I've been there.
Really.
Yeah.
We'll have to get together and go next year.
Man, I love it.
It was
It's something
fun.
else.
It was an experience for sure,
Yeah.
man. Like I've never heard that much music, that close together.
Yeah.
Every room had a total different sound.
You know, I've been there before, Jagger, and down in the lobby of the it's a Sheridan Music City. It's where they
Right.
hold.
Mm-hmm.
And man, in that lobby, I've seen at different times, now not all at the same time. You know, Jerry Douglas, of course, you
Right.
got to see him of the day, and then Patty Love was in there. Ricky Skaggs been there. Vince Gill, was like in and out. You know, it was crazy. It was like the who's
Yeah.
who.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of stuff there now. That was pretty neat. But I'd never been, and it was definitely worth the trip going. It was really cool. We got in a jam. We played way up into the night. Met some guys there and just started playing.
well, man, you got so much that I want to talk to you about, Jagger. But
Oh, yeah.
you got to tell me about recording a live album at the Station Inn.
Oh, man.
That's historic.
That was as good as it gets, man. And I'll say this much about it. Like, there's so much history in that place. And like, if you're a bluegrass musician or like bluegrass at all, that's a bucket list place to play.
Yes.
So when they first announced it, we was going to get one date. And then our booking agent was like, man, I think we can do more than that. So then they was going to try 2, and then they sold out. So they changed it to 4. It was a humbling experience for sure.
Did it?
You
I
know?
guess y'all sold out overnight, didn't you?
Yeah, it sold out really soon. I mean, it was like a matter of a couple hours for all 4 nights. It was cool. As the week got by, as the week progressed, it seemed like the crowd just got better and better every night. That Friday and Saturday was wild. It was good.
You know, it's been Jagger probably been in there since probably about the time he was born. But
Oh, yeah.
they used to have Flat and Scruggs bus seats in there.
Really?
Yeah, and I'd asked. I was wondering if they still had them, but they were bus
Yeah.
seats. They got his
I
regular.
don't recall seeing them.
Well, that's cool. I'm curious to know. So y'all played 4 nights.
Yeah. We
I was
played
told,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
well, I was
So,
also told by a certain cousin of mine that was in the presence that Jerry Douglas came to see you all.
Yeah, Jerry Douglas was there, and we talked to him there briefly, and that was cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, a man who won 14 Grammys comes to
Oh,
watch.
yeah. Watched a couple old hicks from Leslie County.
Yeah,
That's
man.
pretty cool, man.
Jagger, did you ever think 3 years ago? Did you ever think you'd be here now?
No, not in a million years. And I would be lying if I said that 3 years ago when we was doing it for a hobby that it wasn't funner,
Yeah,
because that throws a whole different aspect on things when you're trying to do something to make a living or as a business. It makes it harder, but the crowds and going to the different places, and that's the fun of it, and that's the beauty of it. We've met so many awesome people that we would have never got the chance to meet and know if it wasn't for the music that we do.
I love it. So I know you guys, we got it coming up here in Texas, and Stephenville, y'all playing the Larry Joe Taylor Festival, which here's what I think is cool about that, Jaggers. That's a Texas country festival.
Right.
And let me tell you something. I've been living here 14 years as an outsider Kentucky and living in Texas. Texas Red Dirt Country is a, I mean, it's almost anti-Nashville, right?
Right.
That's what they pride themselves on. And I love Texas country. It was one of the better things about moving to Texas for me. Just the fact that you're all playing there, to me, is amazing, because you're not Texas country. You're Kentucky.
Right.
And I love that.
And we get asked that a lot, all the time. They'll be like, "Well, what genre are you guys?" And I mean, our roots are bluegrass, but I really can't put ourselves in one category. And I think that's what separates us from a lot of different bands.
Yeah.
We are bluegrass, and we try to go back to the roots always, but we're not really a bluegrass band.
Yeah. But yeah, every one of you have bluegrass roots.
Right, yeah. But I think it helps us, because we play a lot of different stuff.
Yes.
I enjoy it.
Well,
a lot.
And then after that, you all playing, is it the Texas Two-Step in Georgetown, Texas?
Yeah, that's in Georgetown. There's a lot of people there. I'm not sure exactly all the headliners, but I mean, that's a stacked lineup for sure.
Give us some of the highlights of who's there. We're on a waiting list to get tickets, and that's been for months and months.
I don't even really know.
You just show up.
Okay, so I'm looking at the lineup right now. If it'll pop up. So Brooks and Dunn, Chris Stapleton, Tracy Lawrence, Wyatt Flores, Muscadine Bloodline, which we've been doing a lot of stuff with them. They're absolutely great people. Shenandoah, Red Clay Strays, Clay Walker, Randy Travis. A lot of people that I've grew up listening to my whole life.
Man.
The Goo Goo Dolls.
Really?
Yep. And one that my little girl adores, Big X the Plug. I don't know if you've heard of him. You'll have to look him up, Ken.
Oh, yeah.
My little girl loves this stuff. Yeah, but now that's going to be a cool one, and that'll actually be my first time ever in Texas. I've never been to Texas, so I'm excited
I've been trying
for
to
that.
get you out here.
Oh, yeah. Everything just always seems to happen.
Yeah. Well, I still got the ranch, so it's still
good deal. Good deal. We'll have to plan us a trip then.
Well, tell me, I know you've already met, lots of famous people, but who have you met that's actually you just been the most humbled, starstruck,
Okay, so there's been a couple, but probably the all-time great that we met was Jamie Johnson, man. And we was at the CMA parties, somewhere there, some boutique hotel in Nashville. And we walked out to smoke, and there stood Jamie Johnson. And, we started talking. That's probably one of the more humble guys I've ever met. He was so nice.
Wow.
But, I mean, And then we've met a lot of people. It's hard to say, really. But Jamie Johnson's one that I'll never forget.
You know, he was a drill sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Another group of guys that we met too at the Opry, when we was actually doing my Opry intro thing, so we was backstage at the Opry, is Daly and Vincent. They was walking around. We spoke to them, which that's a band. I always love their stuff.
Yes.
You talking about some killer vocals. They got it. Them guys can sing.
Would you like to see Vincent and Johnny Brown in wrestling?
Oh yeah.
Same size.
Oh God, that'd be a good match.
It would be. Put them on an MMA match, but no, man, I'm big fans of those boys too.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'll tell you something that's different, man. Like in the bluegrass genre and the bluegrass scene, that's so different from a lot of the mainstream country music guys. Not throwing any shade towards anybody, you know, but it's like a family oriented thing, and everybody talks to everybody, and it's just, you don't get that in every genre like you do in bluegrass.
No,
And it's always been like that too.
it always has. You know, we played shows. We played shows with Ralph Stanley, Lonesome River Band, you name it. You
Yeah.
know, back in the day, and everybody. There was no one snobbed us. You know, we were just looking at it, you know.
Yeah.
But you're right.
So I'll tell you a funny little story. We was playing Spirit in the Bluegrass. So we was doing a show up there for Sammy Carr, who's another bluegrass festival promoter. And he run that festival. He's done it for years. And he had the Steel Drivers play him. And they do it about every year. And, you know, that's a band that that's where a lot of our sound came from, you know, trying to imitate those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Sammy called Tim. He said, "Don't tell the boys, but now I'm putting them on after the Steel Drivers." And then I remember when Tim told us that, man, hey, you talking about a bunch of nervous fellas.
Jeez.
Hey, we was a nervous wreck coming off the stage. That was wild now.
Well, I'll tell you this.
That was pretty cool.
I got to witness that. That's the first time I got to see y'all play.
Oh, yeah, you was there, wasn't you, Ken?
Right.
Yeah.
And listen, man, that crowd went nuts. And
Yeah.
I've been here, you know, we backtrack about a year and a half before that, or two. I saw y'all play at the Florida-Kentucky football game for the Alliance Coal Company.
Yeah. I think that was the first time I ever met you.
That's right. I had my son Gage with me.
Right.
And that's the first time I met you. And actually had really had a conversation with Alan.
Right.
Even though I knew Alan a little, who he was through my daughter. But anyway, you know, I'd been hearing about, because, you know, I'm 1,000 miles away from y'all.
Right.
And, you know, through Shane and Todd and everybody, which Todd, he tries not to brag on Tanner, but I brag, you know, he tries to be humble, and I know and he is a humble person, you know, but I was hearing stories from everybody, man, what you guys are doing. And so me and Heidi went down there to see you all. I was like, holy crap, man. Everything I've heard, look at these people. These people was wild. You all entertained, man. It was, hell, I was caught up in it myself, you know. I thought, wow, man, these guys, this is it. They're gone. They're gone. And which I'd said that when I seen y'all play 2 years before that in the parking lot of Commonwealth Stadium.
Right.
You know.
So now what's the guy's name that done that little thing up there?
Jeff Brock. That was my college roommate all 4 years.
Kroger Field. Brock. What is his name? Can't think of his name. It's Tanner's buddy.
Jeff Brock.
Jeff Brock. Yeah, I like Jeff. He's a good guy.
So Jeff and I went all through school together and lived together at the University of Kentucky for 4 years. On top of that,
really,
we got pictures of each other at our third birthday parties. We graduated elementary school, high school, and college.
Okay,
school. Yeah,
okay, well, that's awesome.
Fine person.
Yep.
His daughter, I don't know if you remember this, but I won't say a whole lot on air, but is in chemical engineering at Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
And she's going to be a distiller, a master distiller. And she'd made moonshine with oranges. It was part of her project, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I took a little nip of it.
That was dangerous.
It was good. She had some more. She had some blue corn stuff that would light you on fire, buddy. Whew. I'm
But
telling you,
yeah,
I tried that too, and I said, "Ah, man,
yeah.
it's pretty warm."
She's a talented lady. I know that. But yeah, but no,
But
Jeff.
back to that spirit in the bluegrass, man.
Yes, yes.
The steel drivers are so nice. They're all really nice people. But Tammy Rogers, the fiddle player, she is the salt of the earth person. She's very nice.
How did they react? I mean, that had to be kind of a, you know, an ego killer just because they're probably so used to headlining.
Yeah, I don't know. They was all pumped for it, and we even played one of their songs in the set that night, and I was a little nervous about that, but it went good. It wasn't bad.
It did go
It was
well,
a
man.
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun that night was.
Uh, well, you guys have been selling out your own stuff for a while.
Hmm.
You got a sell out hometown show, didn't you?
Oh yeah, now that was probably top three shows that we've ever done. In my
Really?
opinion, just because a lot of these people, and it's kind of aggravating as a person, but a lot of these guys are like, "When y'all gonna play at home? When y'all gonna play at home?" And I'm like, "Dang, man, we can't play 3 times a month and hiding. I
Yeah.
wish we could, but dang." And we done that one, man. It sold out. Man, there was a lot of people there.
I,
I don't
I,
think Hayden really fully was ready for what happened there that
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
They've not asked us back for nothing else yet.
We grew up in a conservative area, didn't we? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was definitely probably a little out of the norm of what they was used to, but it
It,
was good.
it
It
wasn't
was
no
a good
Allman
show.
Brothers show, was it?
No, and I'll tell you this much. So Dean had wanted us at the Osborne Brothers, and he's helped us a lot, and he's a good friend of ours and Tanner's. So hometown show, we was kind of obligated to do it, and the Osborne Brothers Festival is very, very strictly old time bluegrass. Now that was a nerve wracking show, as far as how they was gonna take the cajon, especially is what I was most anxious about. But they seem to love it. I've never seen that lively of a crowd at an Osmond Brothers show.
Yeah,
So,
man. Uh, do you have anything planned overseas yet?
no, we was looking at doing some stuff, and it kind of fell through. So not yet, but we're pretty well all booked for 2026, but probably going to be doing some overseas stuff in 27.
Nice. Uh, I want you gotta let me know because I know coming soon. You guys will be playing in stadiums. It's a matter of
Well,
time.
that's the goal. That's what we're hoping for, but we got to take it in strides, I guess.
Well,
But I tell
Jagger,
you, man, this summer we are going to be super busy.
yeah, and it's good. Do you know when your first album will come out? You know
I
yet?
don't know a hard date, really. So I'm pretty sure the way I understood when we were releasing that album, we're going to release 2 singles and then the album. So we're shooting for the singles to be released hopefully by the first week of April. And then the album will come shortly after that.
Oh
But
wow,
now
that's
you heard some of that stuff. There's going to be some good stuff on there. I'm excited.
you know. I'll be very honest with everybody listening here.
Yeah.
I was already a huge fan and really didn't know how it could sound better.
Yeah.
And I went and heard what y'all did in the studio. Man, I had chilled. It's crazy.
Which I tell you, man, you can take the best musicians ever. If you don't got somebody that knows how to produce it and record it and bring the best out of you, it's
Yeah.
not going to sound that good. And I have to give a huge shout out to Steve Wilson. He knows his stuff. He's been great to work with.
I was impressed watching him in action there. And
Hmm.
matter of fact, he's going to be on next week. I'm going to get him on
Oh
here.
yeah,
I
he said
ordered.
he said you already put a deposit down for a banjo.
I did.
Heck
Uh,
yeah. He
I mean,
builds some houses now.
I wanted something to play that's not so heavy. You know, my banjo
Right.
weighs probably 20
Yeah.
some pounds, and
Yeah.
I'm tired. I used to weightlift back then. I don't weightlift anymore. I don't want to pack
Oh
everything.
man.
But I couldn't believe, Jagger, I couldn't believe how good a wood rim sounds. You know, I've
Oh yeah.
played some
Oh
of
yeah.
the best. Oh, man.
So like, what are those? Like a beech nut rim or something?
Now, let's see.
Beech rim.
Usually the traditional rim is a ply maple ring.
Oh, maple rim.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he uses Brazilian cherry.
Oh, okay.
And he actually he can make a neck out of Brazilian cherry, but he kind of suggested that I would be happier with mahogany just because
Right. Yeah.
it's a tone thing. I've got a curly maple banjo, and
Right.
I've even had walnut banjo. They don't
Yeah.
it affects the sound. But he showed me I'm gonna mine's gonna be real rustic looking, like he's gonna do
Oh
wood,
yeah.
this real beautiful curly maple inlay. Or it's a maple wood inlay.
Yeah.
The pearl.
Okay. Right.
I've got a flashy banjo. I wanted something that
Yeah.
just, you know.
Yeah. I'll be anxious to see that. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
But no, man.
I'm dying to buy me a banjo. I can't really play one very well at all, but I'd like to try anyway. I'm gonna get me a
Hey,
banjo soon.
I didn't start playing until I was in law school,
Really?
and I'd practice 4 hours a day. I'd done that for about 4 years.
Yeah.
But I just sat and learned rolls. Just sit, never touched the
Right.
neck.
I mean that's all that once you learn those,
Yeah.
the rolls and the foundational stuff,
Yeah.
then you worry about trying to chord and slide and play the notes.
Your right hand is already perfect because you've been playing bass, you play guitar, so your
Yeah.
right hand is easy. Your left hand. Just I'm
Right.
left-handed, so I'm saying that
You
backwards.
just got to get the rolls down.
that roll down.
Yeah.
Now, what all
But
do you and Ashton play?
man, Ashton's got a lot of guitars, and he can play G, C, and D some on one, but that's about it. But he plays the little guitar and then the cajon, and he can play the drums, but he just don't play them much.
Yeah.
But
What
now
about you?
I normally play guitar and bass. I mean, I can play the mandolin a little bit and fool around on some other things, but I know just enough on everything to get by, but I ain't real good on anything.
I'm with you.
So,
I,
you know,
I wanted to really get serious on the dobro. And being a banjo player, it helps a lot.
hmm
And I can goof off on one, but I just never. It takes time. All that stuff just
oh
takes
yeah, oh yeah.
time.
But it's a lot, and it's a lot of frustrations. What I found, like Lice tried to get me to learn the fiddle, man, and you talking about, hey, that's not for me. It would squawk, sound like a dying banny rooster.
Yeah.
And now,
Well,
actually, Tanner's wanting to buy a fiddle and take playing the fiddle, seriously. And Tanner, he could probably have success with it.
yeah.
He can already play one a little bit, but he's wanting to buy a fiddle. Which now Tanner's extremely musically gifted.
Yes, he is.
He can play about whatever he picks up.
I'll tell you a little story about Tanner. I don't know his age exactly, but I can tell you the
Right.
year. It was somewhere around 2010 or 11. I was working up in Pennsylvania, and I come in for Thanksgiving break. And Todd said, "Hey, won't you come up here?" He knew I was in town, and he said, "Tanner's wanting to learn to play guitar, and he's playing around. I want you to see what you think." So I go up there to Todd's, and Todd had a Martin Sigma, some Martin Shenandoah,
Mm-hmm.
and that Robbie had given him for Christmas when we were
Right.
young. And Tanner was playing that. He said, "What do you think?" I said, "Todd, watch his hand. Watch his right
Yeah.
hand." I said, "That boy can play rhythm like Johnny Browning, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
He's going the most
Cornbread's one of the best rhythm players you'll hear.
It's like a clock. That
Yeah.
runs like a metronome. And when you play in a band with him, you'll play in time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Or you can't play, But anyway, I was like, son, he reminds me of Johnny's rhythm hand. I said, that's something you're born with.
Oh,
You
yeah.
either have rhythm and timing or you don't. I think you can improve if you're bad, but you don't walk out of the box playing like that.
No.
And of course, he wasn't doing much left hand stuff because he just started fooling with it. But I mean,
Yeah.
man, I couldn't get over it. And I don't think Todd appreciated what I was telling him until, then later on, obviously it
Right.
exposed itself. But I said, man, he's talented. And yeah. So,
Tanner definitely does not give himself enough credit.
no. He, and something that I noticed about y'all in the studio, first, and I'm going to talk about you here in a second too.
Yeah.
But his league playing it keeps improving. Every time I hear him play,
Yeah.
and
that's with anything, the more you do it, the better you're going to get.
yeah, and he wants
you
to
can't,
be better.
Oh yeah, and you can't be afraid to try new things that might sound weird at first,
And another thing that I've noticed when I was down there, even when y'all was in the studio or just out sitting on the couch playing,
Yeah.
man, his vocals are even better. I was like, how does that happen?
Yeah. Tanner has improved probably the most vocally,
Yeah.
He's always a pretty good singer, but
yes.
Tanner's improved a lot vocally.
I think that as well. Now I'm going to tell you the backbone, the band to me and the harmony. I told Tim Parks this when I heard y'all down in Lexington.
Yeah.
Your harmony with Alan or Tanner is as solid as a rock, man. It's tight. I love your bass playing style. You're not just a straight up player,
Right?
and I like that, man. You drive the band with that bass, and a good bass player does that.
Right.
But no,
Now,
man.
the tenor singing, the harmony singing, me and Alan sing really well together, but we've been playing together a long time too,
Yeah.
I don't really recall the year. I guess it was 2018, 2019. I was out of high school and didn't have a job, and we would just spend our summers at Norris Lake. We'd go out on the water, drink beer all day, and come in, play music all night, and get up and do it again.
Man,
But we had a lot of fun times. Played a lot of music.
Now, is his wife your all's first cousin? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, second cousin.
Okay. Is that how y'all met?
Yeah. We was at some kind of family function, and they was like, "Have you met Alan?" I said, "No, who's Alan?" They said, "Breeze, man." So no, and I think actually that night we played some together somewhere that night. The first night we ever met.
Nice.
But now I'm telling you, Alan is one singing outfit.
Yes, he is.
He can get it.
He's it's funny, man. He just kind of stands there, and then when he opens his mouth, it's like, oh wow,
I think it actually kind of, the people that has never heard us or hasn't heard our music, I think it takes them for a loop sometimes. It's unexpected.
Yeah, I had seen him play and sing some kind of thing down to college.
Okay.
I don't know if it's when my daughter was in school down there, my oldest girl, and she was around in the program, the bluegrass program, some, and maybe that's what it was. But I remember seeing him, and I was like, man, who is this kid? Morgan
said, he can get it now. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, well. Listen, I don't even know. I'm just so happy for y'all, and I'm so proud to have people from our hometown. And we have some people that's been successful from Lexington County, but I told Todd this other night, I don't know. I made a prediction, text him. You can actually ask him to look at it.
Yeah.
I said, these boys would be more famous than anybody that's ever come out of Lexington County.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm telling you, we're gonna give it all we got.
And that's not knocking Tim Couch. That ain't knocking Osborne Brothers. I'm a diehard fan.
Oh yeah.
You guys will truly put Hyden on the map, and I
we
mean,
hope so.
On the map.
We hope so.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. Y'all have a magic. I know. Adding Anna to the band. Tim told me
that helped tremendously.
And she's an entertainer. I mean, she's a fireball.
Buddy, I'll tell you now, Anna is absolute definition of showmanship. I mean, she does a great job. She's a ball of energy and always smiling. She does a good job at what she does.
y'all just have
She's a little hard to get along with sometimes, you know.
she's redhead, buddy. I've got a daughter like that.
Oh, but yeah, she's great. And then, you know, when we was a four piece, which I'm sure you've probably been there at Pat's, there in Manchester,
Mhm.
we would play there all the time, you know. And back then, if we got 40 people to come, man, we thought we was doing good. You know, we had 40, 50 people in the bar. We was high rolling. But as a four piece, just the energy wasn't there. We still had fun with what we done, but it's a lot funner now. You know, you can tell when you come to a show, we have a lot of fun while we're playing.
It's kind of like, you buy a fast car pretty
Hmm.
fast, but then you put a nitrous kit on it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And she's your all's nitrous kit.
yeah. So that just boosts it that much more.
Takes it on further. But no, man,
And then I'm telling you, man, Scott Sutton.
yeah,
I've played with some banjo players in time, but man, I've never played with one quite like Scott. He can get it. And he
Scott,
plays so different too, you know.
he does.
He
Scott,
plays a lot different.
well, Johnny Browning's brother Joey
Mm-hmm.
and Scott, and I ain't seen Joey play in years, but back in the day,
Yeah.
they're so similar in how they're
Really?
playing. They've been, they're around each other so much, but they
Right.
both are hard driving, drive,
Oh yeah.
and that's why I like their style, both of them.
You know,
But
a lot of people when they play banjo, they're kind of light handed, I guess you could say, light
yeah,
on the picks. Not Scott.
no,
Lord, he'll make her crack.
no.
He don't care to lay the picks to it. And I like
But
that, you know.
what I like
I
too,
like the way Scott plays.
he's very tasteful with y'all.
Yeah.
He plays in the pocket. He doesn't overplay, and he
Hmm.
drives the heck out of it.
Yeah.
No,
And
I
Scott's feels, you know, which Scott's been around music probably too long, probably.
yeah, Scott
But
ain't
you
younger
know,
than me.
he knows when to play and when not to, and what field to add.
Yes,
You know,
and
and it's
that's
it's really cool watching Anna. You know, because she never played bluegrass fiddle at all, and watching her grow and learn as much as she has. You know, in the short amount of time she's been doing it, listening to her do all the bluegrass turnarounds and stuff, and she's getting a
yeah.
lot better with it. She enjoys it.
You know, I can say this too because I'm a nerd and pay attention to
Right.
music probably more than most. And when I saw her play and put on that show at the festival in Lexington
Yeah.
and tear the crowd up. But then when I watched a lot of y'all's videos this week at Station,
Yeah.
she's she's coming to her own even more. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
could
Oh yeah.
play even more on that stage.
Oh yeah.
Those videos I saw, man. I mean, she was killing some stuff that I loved,
Yeah.
and it wasn't
Yeah.
just all her fancy stuff. It was just some of her, fill-ins, and
Right. Yeah.
yeah. But
And that all takes time, you know. I mean,
yeah.
if you're not used to that, it takes a little time to really get it, dial in on it.
uh, I've never been to y'all's level, but I traveled and played weekends for about 8 years
Right.
with them boys. And how does it get on the road, man? All you guys together, because
And I
that's
tell you what,
you with them on your wife, right? Or you
sometimes it gets sometimes it gets a little hectic, man. Things get heated and we'll fall out and cuss each other all to pieces.
yeah, yeah,
But, you know, it's all in good fun.
yeah.
If you don't love somebody, you can't act like that with them, you know. We might be mad for 30 minutes or something, but at the end of the day, we'll all make up.
Well,
But that's the beauty of it, you know. If you
it
don't have
is.
friends to do this with, I've got a lot of friends that are solo acts and duos and stuff. I don't see how they get the drive to do it.
Yeah,
Because, you know, no matter how good the music is you're playing, you're still having a really good time with your friends. And we say friends, but they're more like family to us, you know. We're a really, really close band. And it would probably be more simple if we wasn't as close to each other as we are. You know, sometimes that's a hard task, you know.
yeah,
But
it would be.
so like I don't know, we got home Sunday from the station Sunday evening. So then we'll head out Thursday morning, head to Indianapolis, Indiana. And then Friday we'll be in Columbus, Ohio, and Saturday we'll be in Flint, Michigan.
Dang.
So then Sunday we'll make the 8-hour dreaded drive home. So this weekend's going to be it's going to be packed.
And y'all still, you're getting close to getting the bus, I guess, right? But not yet.
Not quite yet. Them
Okay.
babies cost a little more than we want to spend right now.
I don't blame you.
We're just loading up in cars, man. And we'll drive a couple vehicles, 3 if we can make it, and just kind of carpool.
When my brother Brandon took off on the road with the Dixie Chicks, they were traveling in a pink Winnebago.
Really?
Hot pink camper.
Yep.
The whole band. And finally, I guess they hit that number 1 hit and they got them a bus. But
heck yeah.
it was some. But no, man. Hey, y'all better take your snowshoes to Flint, Michigan in March.
I hope not. It's supposed to be 70-some here, 71, 72, so hopefully it won't be too bad in Michigan. I'm done with the snow, man. They can keep the snowy weather.
You know, being in Texas all this time, I can handle about a day of cold, but I'm done with snow. I used to like it.
Oh yeah. I don't like it. Now the girls love it. They enjoy playing in it, but not me.
How old's your girls?
My oldest, she'll be 4 in August, and my youngest will be 2 in April.
Well, I follow y'all.
They're a handful.
Ain't they?
My oldest is now. She loves music, and I mean, she really, really likes music. Now the little one, she can't clap on beat. She can't sing. She might not be too musically inclined, but now the oldest, she loves it. I've been looking for a small fiddle, like a quarter-size fiddle. That's what she's wanting, but I ain't found one yet. She's wanting a fiddle. I bought her a little guitar the other day. She'll beat the strings off of it.
That's a sign.
She's something else now, that girl is.
There's nothing like it, man. All mine are grown, but I tried, Gage, my youngest son plays guitar.
Okay.
My oldest boy played and messed around and can play, but he doesn't much, I don't think. And then McKenna played for a while. Of course, she's got kids and doesn't do anything now.
Yeah.
But Gage is real serious about it. He plays every day. Yeah.
Now, I've been around him a few times, but I don't think I've ever really formally met Gage. I'm going to have to get together and see him.
He's quieter, and his mom ain't like that, and I'm not like that. He's kind of like my brother Jason. Kind of serious, but smiles.
Yeah. Well, that's never a bad thing now.
No. He's just, Morgan's quiet. She's quiet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're actually a lot alike. And then my oldest girl, McKenna, and Justin are a lot alike, my oldest son.
Right.
Yeah. Funny.
Now, kids are different now. It really surprised me at how different 2 personalities can be. Now, Abigail, my oldest, she's the best-mannered, well-natured kid, and then you got little Anna. She comes in like a wrecking ball. She don't give a shit for nothing.
Somehow they're different.
Oh, they're definitely wired a little different, for sure.
Well, if you know both my daughters, I don't know if you know them that well, but you talk about total polar.
Oh, total, complete opposites.
Yeah. Nothing like it. Yeah.
But now, so when we come in to that show there at the 2-Step Inn, so we've got a show in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is the Mercury Lounge. And then we'll be at the House of Blues in Dallas, Texas. And then we'll be at the House of Blues in Houston, Texas. We've got all kinds of dates.
Those will be big
Georgetown. And then Stevensville.
Okay. Well, I'll be living near Stephenville here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Probably by April.
So, okay. I knew you said that was going to be pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll be able to announce that officially here probably by Friday. We're going to file everything.
Good. Friday. Good deal, man.
But no, I hopefully I'll get, I know y'all be booked up, but if you get a day in between, the ranch isn't too bad. I mean,
yeah.
Georgetown, it's only 2.5 hours, but now Dallas is 5.
Right.
Stephenville's 3.5, 3. No, Stephenville's 3, I think.
So we'll have a day in between.
Yeah. Well, Todd, I think Todd is going to come and stay, trying to come and stay with us.
Oh, is he?
Well, or at least come to the ranch. Yes, he said he would.
Right.
But all y'all, we get y'all down here, man, and have a big time.
Heck
At least
yeah.
cook out stuff.
Oh, yeah. We'll eat good anyway when we can. I'm all about eating, man.
As
long as them steaks ain't moving. As long as them steaks ain't moving like they was the other day. Whew.
Oh, son, me and you ordered. Did we order medium rare?
Well, I ordered a medium, but I guess I was meaning medium well, and they got her medium rare.
Yeah, and mine was rare.
Mine was pretty. It was delicious though. It tasted good.
Yeah.
But that was more.
It wasn't dried out.
No, I'd never ate a steak that rare.
But and neither one of us complained. We just sat there and chewed it on.
Yeah. But now I'll be honest, probably I can't say that. But the one festival that I'm probably more excited for than anything this year is Dale Fest, which is in Maryland. I'm really excited for that. That'll be fun. I've seen a lot of pictures and videos of that.
I've never been to that festival.
I've never been either, but now, judging by the pictures, it looks really, really nice.
He's such a nice man. I was in the airport a few years ago in Chicago, and I walked up to him. I knew his son Ronnie and I were both board of directors for the Bluegrass Music Museum in Owensboro. Way back, I was a board member, and he was a board member. So he was real nice, and I talked to him when I was there. But I'm not like close friends.
Right.
But I went up to see Dale in the airport. He's such a nice, humble man. I just
So I actually at the station inn I met Josh McCurry. So that's Dale's grandson, and we was talking, man, and we just sat and talked forever about Dale, and I think he actually used to tour manage for Dale, and he started playing bass in the band, but he said he just didn't. He would rather be on the business aspect of it. So, but he was a really nice guy, man. He actually went back to the Airbnb. He drove me back there, and we went to the rooftop and jammed. Kelly Caldwell was there. Arthur Hancock from Hancock and Schaus. There was a ton of people. A lot of guys there.
Yeah, you just give me a little briefing on that. That sounded pretty dang fun.
Oh, yeah. So, man, Nashville wore me out. It wore everybody out, but it wasn't just the station inn that we played. Almost every night we'd go back and jam. Heck, one night I think they jammed till 3 a.m. Just sitting around jamming. Yeah, I said, man, I'm about too old for that. I'm a young man, but it got the best of me.
That's hardcore. But that's a fun thing about, you don't hear anybody but bluegrass people talk about jamming all night, at a party.
Yeah, they don't do it.
Yeah.
It don't exist in any other genres.
I miss those days. It's funny. You talk about those McCurry's. They do a radio show on a satellite channel, maybe the Bluegrass channel.
Okay.
And Dale and his two sons, they all sound just alike on radio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's spooky, man. Like, you can't tell which one's talking. Does their grandson sound like that?
No, not as much, but I know what you're talking about. They do. Rob and Ronnie and Dale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You sure playing that bass pretty good, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're so nice.
That's crazy.
I love them. Yeah.
But now that was pretty cool, but the whole vibe of the station inn was really nice.
Was that your first? That wasn't your first show there, was it?
Well, that was we played a couple songs there one night. Hog Slop String Band played, and they brought a bunch of people up, and we played a couple songs, but that was our first time actually ever officially playing the station inn. And I was
Man.
kind of heartbroken because that Saturday night they done the big thing at the Opry, the "Oh Brother Where Art Thou" thing. I would have loved to have seen that. Billy was there.
Oh man.
Him and Dan done a bunch of stuff. That would have been cool to see.
Have you ever got to do a show, Jagger, or we got to meet Dan Tominski?
I never met him. No,
Man, it's such a cool dude.
is he?
Uh, yeah, I'm just such a fan. I don't know him personally. Now,
Right. Yeah.
I spoke to him, but I don't. I know a lot of guys in bluegrass, but I don't know Dan. I'm just
Right.
such a fan of his. But man, when he was with Lonesome River Band,
Yeah.
him and you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I got to tell you the story. We played the very first String Bean Bluegrass Festival,
Okay.
and we opened
Now
the
that's in
festival.
Jackson County, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it was pretty good. Like we played, we the opening act. We actually opened the festival,
Yeah.
and on Saturday night, Ralph Stanley was on, and the Lonesome River Band was on, and we actually got to play opening for that night. So we was sitting in the crowd, and Dan Tominski walks out on stage as a guest because he had already left the Lonesome River Band, and Don Rigsby was playing mandolin, singing tenor for Lonesome River Band at that time. So they just had Dan come in. Well, he come in and announced. He said, I've got to share this with y'all because it's just such a big deal. But I just got through cutting a song that's going to be in a movie.
Oh, really?
Yes, and
So
he
that
told
was
us.
the song.
Yes, he told us the movie, and he said, and my wife just said that all of her biggest fantasies are about to come true because she's going to get to watch George Clooney sing with my voice coming out of his mouth. But it was so funny.
Man.
But wasn't that wild? And then it was probably a year later. It was out on. I went and seen it at one of them IMAX things in Nashville
Yeah.
when the movie come out because I was so excited. Ralph Stanley was in it too.
Really?
Yeah. So
yeah. That was during the big meeting there. They had him singing. Yeah.
Yeah, Old Death.
That was insane.
That was something, man. I've seen that movie 15 times, but
So that released in 1999.
yep.
It said here. I looked that up. I didn't know.
We got me
I've
and
watched
Don.
it several times. That's a good one. We watched it just the other night.
It is a
Ashton
good,
had
man.
never watched it all the way through.
Oh,
Which I
that's a
tell you
classic.
something that's strange, man.
Yes.
This kind of I always listened to bluegrass growing up. It's just what I liked and what I was raised on, but he never liked bluegrass. He might kill me for saying this, but man, he listened to some choir music, weird stuff. But until the Creekers came, he still wouldn't listen to it. Now he loves it. It's all he listens to.
Good.
It's
He got
crazy how your
converted.
taste and interest can change.
Yeah.
But I will say it's good to have a wide variety of music interest. If you like one thing, it definitely hinders you.
No,
It's nice to listen.
it's probably made Ashton a better musician.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And then he's had training. He's been trained too.
Yeah. There's not a ton of music that I really enjoy listening to. Like the modern country, some of it's all right, but I like 90s country, classic country.
Yeah.
And then I like some blues stuff too. I enjoy listening to like blues, soul music. I like that.
My dad was he played blues and stuff, but he was a huge fan. And
Yeah.
we grew up listening to, we went and saw B.B. King.
Really?
I saw B.B. King and Bogarts in Cincinnati.
That's cool right there.
I saw Stevie Ray Vaughan front row in Louisville Gardens, and Jeff Beck opened up for him, two of the best guitarists on the planet.
Yeah.
Saw Eric Clapton play in Cincinnati. But my dad's a big hero. You need to check this guy out, Jagger, Delbert McClinton.
Yeah. Delbert McClinton.
Yep,
I've never heard of him. I'll look him up.
Lubbock, Texas is where he's from.
Okay.
But he's got a song called "Every Time I Roll."
Yeah.
That's Dad's. But anyway, that kind of stuff, So I was fortunate that we grew up and Dad's album stack would be Ralph Stanley, Tony
Right.
Rice, J.D. Crowe, and Gordon Lightfoot,
Yeah.
and B.B. King, and
Yeah.
Ray Charles,
It's
Delbert
nice to
McClinton.
be able to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. And I think, and Jason Brenner, like you, Jagger, they're not huge fans of new stuff. They
Right.
have to
Yeah.
play because they're downtown Nashville.
Right.
But my brother Brandon's a huge Goo Goo Dolls fan. I
Really.
mean, that was his favorite band in the '90s, and that's
Yeah.
what he would sing when he'd be out. If he was singing around a bunch of people or something, that's what stuff he would sing.
Right.
Yeah,
When I'll tell you this much, like, we're so blessed as musicians for it to work the way it did. Man, people that's playing in Nashville trying to make a living, you talking about a hard road to hoe. I mean, because they're not doing 90-minute sets like we are. That's 4-hour gigs, and a lot of people do 3 a day. That's insane to me. I don't see how your vocals handle that.
Tim Parks and I talked about that when I had him
Yeah.
on here. I said, like, Tim, these guys blessed because I grew up in the era where you'd go in there and you might play 6 years and
Yeah.
finally make it. Brandon played for over a year at least, if not 2. Tyler Farr, Brandon was playing keyboard, but Tyler
Right.
Farr, and Tyler's got a raspy voice, so 4 hours was pretty challenging on him, and
Yeah.
they would do that every night. I mean, and that's rough, And then back then, Nashville didn't have half the crowd it does now.
Right.
There weren't half the bars there. All these new fancy bars were just buildings that were about dilapidated and about,
Right.
It was total different. And now there's a brand new 4-story rooftop bar all the way down the line.
Yeah, it's everywhere you look.
Yeah. So it's different.
And
But I'm glad you guys didn't have to do that, man.
Right.
Because it's hard on you. It's hard.
And I want to say, I mean, social media helped us tremendously, and it has so many other people too.
Yes.
Because you can only be one place at one time, man.
Yeah.
But what the good thing about social media is that you can boost yourself a lot easier and get a lot of eyes on you at once. But we probably didn't pay our dues as much as some people has, and worked as hard as some people has, but we definitely paid some of them anyway. We had a lot of long nights, man, playing these little bars and honky tonks, and
Well, Jagger,
it's cool to see it all transform.
Are you old enough to remember over where 66 comes into 421 there at the Redbird Arena,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the chicken fights?
I never went in there while they was fighting, but yeah, I remember they was still doing it when I was a young kid.
Well, every Saturday night, my brother's, the Sugar Shack band was the house band.
Yeah, really.
So yes, sir. They play on the stage, and there'd be feathers on there and blood. And it was hilarious. I went over there 2 or 3 times and watched them play. They would play mission for the chicken fights.
That would be a bad place to play, Kenneth.
That's good. It was a huge crowd. They got paid well, But yeah,
I've never heard of that. I didn't know they had live music there.
They were the live band. They were. I mean, boys, if you played the chicken fight, you hit the big time. But back then.
Yeah.
But that's so funny. Would you imagine that on YouTube or something now?
Oh God, yeah. That's insane. Playing the chicken fights.
And buddy, that was in the early '90s. I mean, it ain't like we're not talking 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 94, 95.
Yeah.
So you started playing with Gary and Gary Begley and them at around 12.
Mm-hmm.
You did that for how long?
Man, I'm gonna say probably up until I was about 16.
Okay.
We played several years on and off, but they didn't play a lot of shows. They might do 5 or 6, 7 festivals a year.
Okay.
But it was good exposure, and I was so scared at that point. And I don't really remember the day that I got unscared. But I could sing tenor even then. But man, hey, you couldn't have pried my mouth open to make me sing. I would get up there and strum, play guitar all day. It didn't bother me. But you could not make me sing.
It is. That's a big trend. When was the first time, Jagger, that you played it? Like, you probably used to play in a little festival crowd and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When's the first time you ever went and played for a big crowd? You're like, oh, crap. This
Um,
this is a big crowd.
well, I don't really recall honestly, but and I think some of the other guys mentioned it on here too. As far as like with the Creekers, our first time, in Tennessee had already hit some, and we had a record label A&Rs talking to us and stuff. So we knew that something was happening, but we really at that time it was a lot, man. We didn't understand, but when we done the Masters Musician Festival, that Tiffany Finley host in Somerset, just seeing the way the crowd interacted, that was insane. When we get, I forget who it was, but somebody was playing at the headlining stage, and we was down in that hole, and man, then people just come running.
I heard
And it's
that.
hard. It's hard when you're on stage not to get emotional. And I
Yeah.
don't even write the songs. I mean, I've helped write some of them, but just for somebody to care that much and sing that back to you, it's a lot. It's emotional at times.
I heard about that. I heard that the crowd was just coming to y'all in droves to your
Oh
stage.
yeah, it was crazy.
Man. Well, do me a huge favor,
Yeah.
let's don't let this be our last one, our last
Oh
podcast.
heck no, no, we
And
won't.
make sure you let me know when that album comes out because I want
I
or
will
the
do it.
single. And man,
You,
I'll
you might you might even get some inside information on it.
I
But
love it. I love it. Uh,
I'm excited. I think it drops March 13th. I don't know what day that is, but that Kentucky Bluebird song that we done with Gavin Adcock on that album, that's a good song, man. That
nice,
was a
man.
hard one to keep.
Yeah, because y'all was playing that in the studio when me and Heidi was down there
Yeah,
watching y'all. Man.
but
Uh,
Keith Whitley's my all-time great. He's the best in my eyes, and it's an honor to do a song of his.
oh man, his bass player, long time friend of mine. I've known him.
Yeah,
I don't know how long, really, 40 years. And he was going to be on my podcast, and we talked. And man, it's Randy Hayes.
yeah,
What a singer too. Harmony singer like
yeah. You
you.
was telling me about him.
But his hearing is so bad. He's
Really?
like, Ken, if we're together live, he said he couldn't do it. He said he
Yeah.
said he can't talk on the phone, and it's probably all
No.
those years of music.
Where does he live at, Kenneth? Does he still
McKee,
live in Kentucky? McKee?
yes sir, Jackson County. He's lived
Okay.
there since I think his last gig. He right after Keith died, he went straight and played with Lori Morgan for a long time.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when I first become close to him is probably around '94. They had a music store in London. Him, guy, and I can't think of that guy's name was Dave or something. I can't think of his last name. But the guy with him was the lead guitar player for Merle Haggard.
Oh, okay.
They had a music store in London. I mean, them two guys. You talk about two outlaw big time musicians
Right.
that had a
Yeah.
music store. I cannot think of the name, but someone hears this podcast,
Hmm.
message me if they remember who that
Yeah.
was. But
Somebody might know.
yeah,
So
but can you
now,
imagine
Kenneth, did
walking
you?
on a music store in London, Kentucky, and seeing
Yeah.
superstars? To me,
Yeah.
they were superstars.
That's crazy. Did you
But
ever get? Did you ever have the pleasure of meeting Ernie Thacker?
God, oh, listen, close friends. Let me tell you my biggest claim to fame ever.
Yeah.
He offered me a job playing banjo.
Really?
And I'm a huge fan. I
Oh
knew
yeah.
Randy
Yeah.
Thacker. See, Mike Mullins. Okay, Mike
Okay.
Mullins played with Johnny Lewis. Scott knows him.
Right.
Mike's from over in Hayside, Virginia, and Mike was playing with Ernie Thacker, and I knew Mike from back in law school days through Johnny Lewis. And anyway, we were playing, and he actually offered me a banjo job. I think Mike was going to play guitar because Mike's an amazing, phenomenal right picker. And I was county attorney
Mm.
and I was like, man, you don't know what an honor that'd be. And I loved his
Right.
music, I loved his singing. He's got. Have you ever heard him do Backbone Job by Keith Whitley?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, son.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love anything Ernie Thacker sings, man, and he don't have a lot, recorded that you can actually listen to. But
Well, see, back
dang,
then, oh, hey, back then, Tim Austin, who was the original guitar player for Lonesome River Band, had Doobie Shea
yeah,
Studios, and
right.
he so they would Doobie Shea would put out these really good albums of different artists. He put one out, Ernie Thacker, and I'm telling you, it was something. That I've got it. I've got the CD in my desk.
I wonder which one that was. He had one that was called The Hangman.
I don't
And then
think.
he had another album called The Chill of Lonesome.
Well, that might be the
And
one. It's got a song on it called "Old Barn." You ever heard
yeah,
that?
yeah. The
Oh,
Old Barn, that's my favorite song on the album.
chill
But
bump.
the first time I ever met Ernie Thacker, it was at the Hazard DAV. And you know, he had already had his car crash and stuff. He was in a wheelchair. And man, that didn't affect his voice any. Man, that guy could sing so good. I'd love to hear him sing.
Man, he died way too early. Me and Ernie were about the same age,
Really?
and yep, he had a CD out when him and Mike Blankenship, I believe it's Blankenship and Thacker. You can look it up,
Yeah.
and I have to ask Johnny them about that or Johnny Lewis. But
Right.
his first when they left Ralph Stanley. It was a real skinny guy. I think his last name was Blankenship. They're both
Yeah.
from over in that Virginia area. He's from so Ernie's from over around Hayside and that
Really?
Grundy kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where Ralph. All them folks are from there. If
Right.
I tell you, that Ralph Stanley Festival was a religious experience, buddy. When you go to I
Yeah.
went here.
I guess they still have that, don't they? The
Yeah.
Hills of Home.
Oh, place there,
Yeah.
man.
Which I tell you,
Every year,
man, Ralph too is a guy that I really like. Real
yeah.
good guy. We played.
Johnny probably knows him well.
Yeah. What was that? We played some festival there, and it's somewhere there around Hazard, the gingerbread festival,
Not County.
and yeah, yeah, not county.
Like that.
So they we opened up. Well, no, Ralph too opened up for us, I guess. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I never will forget. That's the worst sound I ever played on, and the guys had the sound running. It sounded really good, but the way the stage sits here, and right in front of you, you've got this big ass brick wall, and all the sound goes straight out and straight back to you. I said, man, it was hard to keep time on that.
Now, when we were over
It
there
was square.
a time ago, there was a shopping center parking lots where we played
Really?
for that.
Yeah.
No,
I'd never been there.
we played Holly Hills Days over there once.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have that.
Now the Gingerbread Festival where we played at, I guess that's their main street.
Yeah.
It's a real small little town, but we was right there on the street.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It was a good time.
I never got to see Ernie Thacker after that wreck, and I hated that because
Really?
I just really, what a nice guy.
They done some traveling overseas. I'm not exactly sure where it was, but
No.
I've watched. There's some videos of it on YouTube that you can watch.
His little
I've
brother
watched some
was
of
a
them.
bass player. I don't know what about him. He was a redheaded kid.
Yeah, yeah, he was a good bass player too. He's in them videos.
Well, you and I got the same taste, son.
Oh yeah.
I've got Ernie Thacker on my playlist.
Oh yeah, I listen to it all the time. Which I mean, nothing as far as like the music I listen to, nothing really tops Lonesome River Band. I love Lonesome River Band, but
So,
that and Russell Moore and Third Time Out. Third Time Out's another favorite band of mine.
I've seen them play 100 times, man, at least. And we played a lot of shows opened up for them. But
Yeah,
when the Lonesome River Band, and I like a lot of the members, but the original one was Tim Austin on the guitar and
Right.
Ronnie Bowman. Ronnie Bowman's written songs for Brooks and Dunn and everybody in the
Right.
world.
yeah,
And Dan Tominski, man, what a band. I mean, them guys,
Yep.
they tear the house down. It was something.
Which now I tell you, my favorite thing about watching Lonesome River Band is how Sammy holds and leads that band. It's pretty cool to watch. Like it's almost like a conductor of an orchestra or something. He just keeps it all together.
He's doing exactly what J.D. Crowe did for many, many years.
Right. Yeah.
J.D. But Sammy Shooter's a great guy. I used to,
Yeah.
I don't know if he still remembers me, but I used to talk to him all the time years ago. What a banjo player. he's a big old tall guy. You know, he's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, well, Jagger, I mean, I guess I probably kept you.
We,
You're an hour behind me, ain't you?
yeah, I'm ready to call her quits whenever you are, Kenneth. I ain't in no hurry, man. I got all night, bud.
Well, you know me enough to know I'll talk to you. You get the phone. That's
Oh
about
God, we'll get on here and do it again sometime.
Yeah. When you guys hit it big, don't forget me. I still want to have you on the podcast.
Oh,
Well,
you might be
you've
waiting a while.
You've hit it big, but when it gets so crazy that you ain't got time to do anything, don't.
Well, don't hold your breath on that now.
Well, at least I'll get to see you next month.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm excited. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Passes for that thing, and the podcast actually is going to be one of the sponsors
Okay, cool.
for Larry
Good
Joe
deal.
Festival. So
Good deal.
I did that just so I could get passes, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, we'll have us a big time.
All right, man.
Well,
I'm so excited y'all finally will have a single coming out. I've been saying this on my other podcast. Y'all gonna hear
it's coming soon now.
Hear them on the radio.
Everybody's been aggravating us to death, you know. When y'all releasing? When y'all releasing? I said, man, hey, it's hard. It's with all the number of shows that we play, it's hard to find time to do the recording that you need to do. It's definitely a hard thing to balance.
Well, there's one thing I've got to say and brag on you guys. I just assumed, like everybody else, when you go to Nashville, that the record companies put studio musicians on your records.
Right.
And I just assumed that that's what would happen to y'all. And I walked in the studio, and every one of y'all are playing. I love that. Thank God. That's the greatest thing ever.
And I'll say this, you know, your record labels have a lot of say in what you do and what you can't do. But that's one thing. We try to stick true to who we are, and there's no way I would want to put out a record that was anything that wasn't us playing it. Now, some stuff, you know, some of them songs you could have Jerry Douglas or somebody playing the dobro.
Yeah.
And somebody playing steel that would sound absolutely amazing. But why put something out, you know, that
I agree.
that's not what somebody's going to see when they come see you all live.
That's right. It's fake.
And that's what we're trying to stick to, and it seems to have worked so far. So,
and you know, and what happens when they do that? And for example, Brett Mason,
right.
I'm a huge fan. He's probably the best guitar player in Nashville, hands down. And one of my favorites. I love watching guys. He's not even human, but he's on every album. You hear everything out of the 90s, everything in the 90s he's on. And you don't want stuff to sound the same, you know. We call it canned music, you know. It's basically karaoke.
Well, there's one thing about it. You got to be authentic. And that's the cool thing about the way the genre has bounced back. You know, people's looking for real music.
Yeah.
They can listen to all this other stuff, you know, but now I think people are searching for real music, and that's what draws them to this genre. And, you know, I'm glad we fall into that category.
And Jagger, I feel like maybe you may not disagree with me, but it seems like that Zach Top kind of opened that door back up again.
Yeah, he played a huge part in it. Billy Strings, definitely.
Yeah.
Billy Strings, you know, the music was dead. It wasn't completely dead, but it just, you know, it didn't have near the drawing that it does now. And for a long time, you know, you can see at these festivals, a lot of the old community is dying out. And it probably would have been kind of a lost art if Zach Top, Billy Strings, and those guys hadn't come along. And now it's really cool to see so many young people enjoying the music.
Well, you know, you can imagine me being my age and growing up in a music family. When it gets pretty bad, when I turn stations on the radio and I can't tell which one's country.
Right. Yeah.
And now there's some, you know, Ella Langley, you know.
Right.
She's traditional. So you guys are going to burn it up next year. It's going to be insane. You better enjoy it.
I'll be honest though, Kenneth, you know, it's kind of sad, but I'm glad it's worked the way it has, because me growing up, I was fortunate, in the predicament I was in, I was fortunate to have somebody that had a passion for the bluegrass music. But all those guys are gone now, so I guess that's the younger generation. Our job to try to keep the heritage going because it's definitely a heritage for sure.
You're right. And just think, Jagger, how many people, as Lice call it, how many lives
Oh yeah,
affected,
yeah,
touched?
yeah,
Me,
yeah.
my brothers, my dad,
Right.
uh, all y'all. I mean,
Hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
and
there was a memory, and just a few days ago, uh, was the date that he passed there, and there was a memory when Shane's son died. We had a little benefit thing trying to raise money to help pay for the funeral and stuff at the fishing game club, and Lash was in pretty bad shape, at that time. And I called him. I said, Lash, you want to come down and jam some with us? We're having a benefit down here. He said, oh, yeah. And he drove himself down there. And we've got some videos and pictures of that. And that made his day, buddy. He loved to, he loved to play.
he lived for that, didn't he?
And I tell you what now, at one point in time, he was pretty good on the banjo.
Yes, he
He's a real good banjo player.
yes he was.
And even as he got older, he struggled playing, but you could tell the licks was still there. He had a harder time getting them out sometimes, but he could hear it.
he's a good fiddle player.
Oh yeah, yeah. But he hadn't played the fiddle very long. I
Really?
forget exactly how many years, but he didn't start playing the fiddle maybe until like 2012.
No,
It
he was
was
playing in the 90s.
playing the fiddle in the 90s.
Yeah, and
Well,
good.
okay. Well, I thought he hadn't been playing it that long. Now he had played banjo a lot longer than he had the fiddle.
Yeah,
I
I
do know
think he
that.
took it up later in life, but
Mm-hmm.
when I got out of school, I said I was about 22. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
playing well then, and playing
Really?
on
Okay.
state. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I just know that because I was like, man,
Right.
what
Yeah. Well, I know he played the banjo a lot
oh
longer than
yes,
he did the fiddle.
he
But he
absolutely
was, and the guitar, man, he could burn a guitar up too, and the mandolin.
good.
He
You
could do it
know,
all.
my inspiration as a young kid was Robbie Horton on the banjo. That's
Oh
why I
yeah.
want to
Yeah.
go.
And
And he was
I've never ever heard Robbie play, and if Tanner hadn't have told me, I probably would have never known that Robbie played. But Tanner said he's a hell of a musician.
I tell you what, I saw him do once, and I was learning banjo. I used to work for Robbie. I worked for him for years at his
Oh, okay.
store. Uh,
Yeah.
so he kept me employed. Um, but I saw him take a Martin guitar, and I didn't know he could play that good. He was a heck of a musician then.
Right.
Played note for note that I'm just a country boy, Ricky Skaggs. I'm just
Oh
a
yeah.
country boy.
Yeah.
He killed it flat top. And I was like,
Oh God.
yeah. He's playing Tony Rice type stuff.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's just he's Robbie's kind of backwards. He's a great guy. He's been good to me my whole life, and he's just Robbie's content playing in his house.
Right.
And
And I'll
that's
be honest, man, and it seems like Eastern Kentucky is stricken with that a lot more than other areas. Man, people are just content. They're used to never having nothing, I guess. You get used to. It's sad, really, because
yeah.
there's a lot of talent, man, in these hills and hollers that nobody really knows about.
I tell people all the time, I can take you in any church in Leslie County
Oh, yeah.
and show you somebody can outsing somebody down on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and that's pretty true.
Because ultimately, like, that's where a lot of it starts, in churches.
You think that,
Because no matter how your faith is, you all pretty much everybody
yeah.
around this area has grew up in church.
Well, let's name them. But my daughter's uncles, Larry Morgan, Loretta,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love to hear Loretta sing.
James and
Yeah.
Rubel, Morgan,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wayne Baker.
Yeah. Wayne Baker's a heck of a guitar player.
Yeah, and he can sing too. He's a good
Yeah.
singer. But yeah, I mean, it's you ever holler in the county, you probably.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you go up
Yeah.
Grassy Branch and Morgans, all them.
Hey, they're talented people too.
Yeah, D and all them. I grew up with them. But yeah, It's I love it. I'm proud of where I'm from. I get homesick, but I had
That's part of it, ain't it? You got to do what you got to do.
That's right. All right. Well, look, I know you and Jagger, it was a huge honor, man.
Yes, sir. I'm honored to be the first one on the new podcast, man. That's pretty
right.
cool.
I'm going to release you first. And I had planned on having you first. That was my plan. I told you that day. And then this afternoon, I ended up recording one because my buddy, which I haven't announced yet, we was on the phone. He said, let's do one right now. But I'm still putting you out first. Will, if my studio guy can get it ready, because we're going to have to put up another YouTube channel. We got a Gundog YouTube channel. We're going to put up one for this. Yeah. And that's all he's got to do. Everything else will be the same. We can launch it. It'll get launched on Apple, Spotify, and all that.
Good deal, man.
Music.
Well, that sounds good.
And I'll keep you posted. So when as soon as it comes out, I'll holler at you.
Yes, sir. Well, now, Kenneth, it was good talking to you, man. It's been a pleasure.
Take care, man. Keep them straight there.
All righty. Yes, sir. Hey, have a good night, man.
All right, you too.